Mhm. Hey, everyone. Um, I have a confession to make. I was wrong. Uh, Flat out wrong. Uh, if you saw my previous video, I made some predictions about Sigrika and Lucilla for Wuthering Waves 3.2 if they're in 3.2. And some interesting information has come to my attention, mainly thanks to a commenter that I saw on my previous video, and some other info that I saw right after I uploaded the video. We completely missed an important detail about Sigrika herself that changes everything about my prediction for her kit, and even my banner schedule. So I'm just going to quickly run through. I have a PowerPoint set up, much more professional than just a doc, but I'm just going to quickly run through uh, and explain what I got wrong, how this changes things, and my new kit prediction and my new banner prediction for Sigrika in 3.2. So, first off, yeah, right. First off, we gotta do some review. And uh, previously, I said that my prior prediction was that she was a fusion or spectro unit. She would have a sword pistol. She would mainly do fusion burst, resonance liberation damage amp, and concerto efficiency for being a sub DPS, and that she would be the sub DPS for the Imeth Chisa team. She would apply fusion burst, get that damage up for Imeth, and have her fusion burst application be uh, increased. The max stacks would increase from Chisa. So all in all, Uh, it's a role that is needed right now. So I figured, hey, geez, Sigrika looks like a pretty good fit. This looks like fusion over here, all that. And I know this is the Star Torch logo, but Star Torch, we've had what? We're got two fusion and two spectro units. Those are the only limited units we've gotten so far in the 3.x cycle. So yeah, that's why I thought she was Fusion Spectro and that she would be the Fusion Burst support. However, some recent news came to my attention, and the evidence against this is that there's a new Sonata set in 3.1 that I completely overlooked. The Sound of True Name. As you can see, it is green. It is an arrow set. The effect of it, arrow damage plus 10%, and then dealing echo skill damage to enemies increases the resonator's echo skill crit rate by 20% and grants 15% arrow damage bonus for 5 seconds. So, we've got two takeaways here. An arrow echo skill damage focused Sonata set, and the actual symbol for the Sonata set itself is important. I'll explain this in a bit. So obviously this set is for an Echo Skill damage dealer that needs crit rate. And, you know, looking at Crown of Valor, I believe that does about the same thing as well, but you just apply a shield. So why is the icon important, you ask? Well, let's look at a few recent examples. So we have this new 3.1 set, and without even thinking about the name, which is Trailblazing Star, which without even thinking about the name, looking at the symbol, there's only one character this can apply to. Imeth, because of her chest tacit mark, her chest tacit mark with the heart around it. That is the only set, that's the only character this set can go to. Let's look at another one. 2.8 introduced Thread of Severed Fate. Um, I'm totally lost on who this could be. It's Chisa. This is Chisa's set just from looking at the symbol alone, because she's the only one that uses scissors in her kit. Because she's got that giant scissor slice thing that is needed, which restores HP. So symbols are very important for these sets, and you can look at other ones, Flaming Claw Print, Flamewing Shadow, and the color is also important because, red equals fusion, a pale purple gives you Havoc, and then you have like purple for Electro, blue for Glacio, all that. Anyway, so all in all, if we go back to the Sound of True Name and we combine it with Sigrika, well, doesn't that symbol look familiar? The icon symbol for Sound of True Name matches Sigrika's leg, the symbol on Sigrika's leg. And I completely overlooked this. I completely missed it. And I thank the commenter who actually commented that and actually pointed it out to me. So this gave me an idea of a new kit for her. So the conclusion, Sigrika will be an arrow unit focusing on echo skill damage with a sonata set to buff both echo skill damage and crit rate. That is both echo skill damage and echo skill crit rate. So we need to go back and fix this predicted kit. And as I said, it's much different. And it's a bit more dumbed down and simplified because I didn't really have time to think of an outro skill for this because, she's now an arrow unit. And I added the rectifier on to her weapon, but who knows? She could be Broadblade or Gauntlets, even though we just got a Gauntlet user. Or we are getting a Gauntlet user. But possible combat roles, a main damage dealer. She went from a sub DPS to a main damage dealer for me, who deals Resonance Liberation damage, Echo Skill damage, and off-tune build-up efficiency. Now, Resonance Liberation damage, I put that just because of, a certain team that I have in mind for her, which is seen down below. She will be a new main DPS for arrow teams, working very well, with Choyen as the sub DPS and a support like Yuno or Shorekeeper for sustain. It can be someone else. I don't know if Yuno is the best pick here, but it does make a lot more sense for all of this with the new kit. Well, with the new Sonata set that came out. So this kit, I feel like, is a better representation of what Sigrika could be. A main damage dealer that deals echo skill damage and has better off-tune buildup. Now, we have to think about the elephant in the room, and that's the banner schedule. Because this did change my banner schedule. So, phase one, Lucilla and Jinsey, because I'm going by my prediction. So if Lucilla is Jinsey's best in slot, Jinsey would want to be on banner so that you can get both of them. And I guess you can throw in Bu Ling as a 4-star in that one as well. Phase two will be Sigrika and Choyen. And I feel like that's locked in. Like that set of characters is locked in, ready to go because Choyen hasn't had a rerun, but Chisa is on her rerun right now. So yeah, so Sigrika in phase two, however, these are interchangeable. We could see Sigrika first and Lucilla second. And I can't tell which is which. This is a 50-50 either way. The phase one banner that I have here, Lucilla and Jinsey, that second character could be two characters rerunning with her. It could be no characters rerunning with her. And, could keep up the tradition of no 1.x reruns unless it's Shorekeeper. So I just realized um that the spending event in Wuwa right now actually has Jinsey as an option. So maybe I think that just adds a bit more credibility onto my onto this, and adds a bit more credibility to Lucilla being agency best in slot, because why would they give why would they give Jinxie? Why would it be Jinxie, Shorekeeper, and Camellia when you can have someone else, like some other people would want, like Gian? Is it because Jinxie's a resonator, a sentinel resonator? Maybe. Um, but I feel there's a reason they put Jinxie on the spending event to allow new players that want to spend to get her early before spending on her before on her banner in the next patch. I think that's correct. Don't look in too much into it. It's probably not. But yeah, I just thought of that. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, um, I just wanted to get this video out. Probably not really going to do much editing on this. Um, but just wanted to get it out there before the actual banner schedule is announced, which is going to be very soon. And I've still not finished the 3.1 story yet. I am getting through it, but not entirely. My computer is being slow about it. So, yeah. All in all, in conclusion, Sigrika is an arrow main damage dealer working very well with Choyen. And then the banner schedule is now interchangeable, and I added Jinxie instead of Brant and changed Choyen to be from with Lucilla to Sigrika. So those are the changes. I apologize for missing the Sonata set from 3.1, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!